Weeks of protesting, the fence has gone up. As you can see, it stretches right across the waterfront, and it means there's no longer any public access from this part of the quay to the river.
I believe that you intend to commit the offence of aggravated trespass on this land, contrary to section 68.
Nonsense! Nonsense!
Strong words from the police this afternoon, given short shrift from the protesters as they refused to move. Although determined not to let the contractors carry on erecting the controversial fence, some gave in at the threat of being arrested. For as long as many people here can remember, there has been public access to this part of the quay, but the company who owns this land wants to change that. The first panel of the fence went up at the end of August. Trent Wharfage Limited says this area is no longer operational and a fence is necessary for health and safety reasons.
I'm 78 years old and I've been come down here since I was 5 years old. Now they want to stop us. It's all wrong.
This quay has been used for 500 years by the public. Boats coming in, boats coming out, people using the quay in their everyday business. And this is industrial vandalism of the worst sort.
Residents say they're not opposed to a fence, but this one spoils the view and doesn't fit in with its surroundings. It also prevents any access to the waterfront, meaning boats can no longer moor here and the swans can't be fed. Protesters have spent the past 3 weeks doing everything they can to stop this fence going up. They've even parked their cars in the way, but as you can see, that hasn't stopped the contractors who just continue to put panels up around them. Tendring District Council says Trent Wharfage didn't need planning permission because the fence is not adjacent to a public highway, and the council has no powers to require the removal or modification of the fence. Around 150 people recently packed out the village hall to show their support for the action group that's been set up. Members say they'll do all they can to keep the quay open.
So what happens next then, Victoria?
Well, this all comes down to now whether or not this is considered a public right-of-way. People say that for hundreds of years there has been access, but that has never actually been made official. Well, Kate Worsley is a Mistley Parish councillor. Kate, there's been a lot of activity going on here today.
Yes, it's been chaos, and the putting up of the fence without any notice has shown Trent Wharfage's absolute contempt for the quay users today.
You've had support from barges coming up here today as well?
Well, yes, the fact it went up without notice meant that a barge party arrived here to moor to have drinks at the Thorn. They were turned away by the police. And now the fence is up. Its position beyond the bollards means that mooring here will now be impossible for everybody.
So the fence is now up. What is your next step?
Our next step as freethequay.org is to carry on putting pressure on Tendring District Council and Essex County Council to enforce their own rules and regulations. We've taken legal advice and will be pursuing the establishment of formal legal rights to the quay as soon as possible. When that happens, and we're very confident that it will, the fence will have to come down.
You're not actually against a fence, it's just this type of fence, isn't it?
Absolutely not. If one is needed for health and safety reasons, everyone's very happy for a fence to go up. A smaller fence further in from the quay so that people can still moor.
Thank you very much. Well, I know a lot of people are now looking into the legal issues here. Gathering by the turnout here tonight, the fence may be up, but this isn't the end of the matter.
It certainly isn't. Victoria Webb, thank you. One for us to keep following. Right, next tonight, a convicted rapist who walked out of